Hey everyone, Board Game Broody here with Meeple Mountain. I have a copy of Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig, a tile-laying game that came out in 2018 by Stonemaier Games. This game is a semi-cooperative tile placement castle building game where collaboration and planning might be the key to winning the game. But can you build the best, worst castle? Because you will be building two castles, one with one player on your right and another with the player on your left. When in-game is triggered, you score the amount of points from the worst castle you participated in building. So again, can you build the best, worst castle? While you think about that, let me tell you 7 things that you need to know about this game. Number 1, the Mashup. Stonemaier Games came out with Between Two Cities in 2015, which uses the same mechanics as this game. Stonemaier Games came out with Castles of Mad King Ludwig in 2014 and are currently making a collector's edition for 2021. This game takes the main mechanics from one game to add to the theme of another to make a pretty awesome game, and actually I wish I could see publishers do collaborations like this more. And it makes me wonder, why don't they? Number 2, the insert. Game trays. Do I need to say more? You aren't always blessed to get an amazing insert to organize the components and cut down on setup and cleanup for a lot of your games. So when the game adds these small details into a game, it really makes it nicer and ultimately easier to get to the table. This one definitely stores and organizes your tiles better than anything else that you could think of. Number 3, the tile drafting and placement. You will be playing 2 rounds of drafting 9 tiles in each round, where you draft 2 tiles at the same time, passing the remaining, and then placing one of the tiles in one of your castles to your left, and the other to the one on your right. Each castle is built up with a side view, and placement can only be adjacent to another already placed tile, meaning they will have to touch each other. But also, just like when you're building a structure, when you're building up, they need to be supported from a tile below it. Basement tiles will always need to be placed below the starting floor, which is the ground floor, and most of the other tiles need to be placed on the ground floor or above. All except for the corridors, which can be placed above or below the ground floor or on the ground floor. Drafting these tiles is fun, as you get to see a variety of tiles as they are passed around to each player. But you also get to choose the direction and the types of room that you add into your castles. Number 4, bonuses. While the game is mostly centered on planning and placing tiles to form your castle, you can gain bonuses to enhance your castle to score additional points. Each type of room will get a specific type of bonus after you add 3 or 5 of those same types of rooms to your castle. All the bonuses will help you in a different way, and this set collection bonus aspect adds an additional layer of strategy to the game. Number 5, mechanics used in the game. The success and the enjoyment is centered around the blend of mechanics used in this game. Drafting is used for choosing tiles to add to your castles. Set collection is used to unlock bonuses. Simultaneous action selection is used to help keep players engaged the entire game without any downtime. Tile placement helps for a good visual and helps with planning. And lastly, it's a team-based game, and it lets you work on a project with your neighbors, even though you are still competing with them. All of these mechanics blend so well together to give you a game of teamwork, planning, strategy, and fun. Number 6, the scoring. After players have played 2 rounds and have placed 8 tiles on each of their castle themselves, plus 8 more from their neighbors, scoring will occur. The game comes with a score pad to help keep track, but you will score points for each type of tile according to their scoring condition, listed on the bottom of each tile. Each type of room has a different way to score points, and the placement and the choice of tiles that you've added to your castle that are specifically around each of those scoring tiles will likely determine that score. Players will score their food rooms, their living rooms, their utility rooms, their outdoor rooms, sleeping rooms of course, corridor rooms, downstairs rooms, and throne rooms in that order. Since you have 2 castles, your score for the game will be the lower score of those 2 castles. At that point, if 2 players are tied, then those players score their other castle, and the player with the higher scoring second castle wins. So now you know why you need to build the best worst castle. Number 7, my thoughts on the game. This is a great tile building game that is most fun with the more players that you have. It's pretty amazing that the game goes up to 7 players, so it's a great strategy game that isn't super heavy in complexity to play with a larger group, and I'd say there isn't too many games that do this. The fact that you have to work together with your neighbors to build the best castles with the tiles that you're given makes the game different as well. You can think of it as a semi-cooperative game because you want the best castle to be the ones that you're working on, realizing that also your neighbors might be using their better tiles for their other castle that they're working on and you're not a part of. Also, as you're working on 2 castles at the same time, it gives you more to think about, and you are also balancing your own tiles the best way that you can with your castles because you don't want one to lag behind the other. And another great thing about this game is really if you're struggling or you need help, you kind of don't get it, you always can get help from the player that you're working with to form a plan where to best place a tile. Tile games are extremely popular. 432 tile laying games alone have came out in 2020. This last year. So it's an extremely competitive spot. But Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig shows that it can last and be a great game even with the huge increase of these types of games. Again, the blend of mechanics, the theme, and the addition of the game tray makes this game still worth getting and playing even 3 years later. Lastly, I love the attention the game puts into the variety of rooms and the art provided as well. A lot of art into this game because each of those tiles are a little bit different. And it's fun to get a laugh or to find a little Easter egg hidden in the art of these tiles. And a lot of times by the end of the game, you will already see a lot of themes forming in different castles. And it's fun to kind of look at that. Like there might be a castle known for sleeping well, or another one that specializes in good food. So grab your castle building plans and set out to be the best world-renowned master builder with your family and friends in Between Two Castles of Mad King Ludwig by Stonemaier Games. Again, this is Board Game Brody. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stick around and check out some other board game reviews to see what you might want to get to the table.